Would you like to open your third or inner eye, but don't know which set of instructions to follow? There are so many videos about opening the third eye, but most of them aren't really opening it. They might be opening a tiny little sliver to it, which I will explain later, but that is the most they are doing. You see, when your inner eye is open, you won't be seeing spirits or other out there dimensions. You will see an inner dimension. You will see inside your body. So if you want to open your third eye so that you can see spirits, this is not the video for you. But if you want to open it because it's part of a spiritual journey, because you want to become a better person and change the world in the process, because you really want to open your inner eye, not just a sliver, but fully, then this video is for you. Seeing inside the body is why the third eye is also called the inner eye, because you can see inside your body. I use the two terms interchangeably. So you might be asking, why would you want to see inside your body? And that's a valid question. I actually had someone ask me that the other day. You will understand the answer to that question as we go. But basically, it is for a deeper level of healing down to the roots, literally. Now, that wasn't a goal of mine when I started. I didn't even know what the third eye was. I was just looking for inner peace. It just so happened that the path I took to find inner peace also resulted in the opening of the inner eye. So here I am explaining it to you. In my mind, the end of the road, the ultimate goal that I will describe to you at the end, is finding peace beyond understanding, finding the kingdom of heaven. And I am saying that to you as a non-religious person. Before we go any further, one thing I should point out to you is that we don't know what we don't know. You are not aware of what you have not experienced yet. This is always true. So you may well not be aware of the physical sensations inside your body when you're feeling frustrated. But you know to call that feeling frustration. So those feelings, those sensations are there. You're just not aware of them yet. They're stuck in your subconscious mind. Even though I have a deep level of awareness where I can put my awareness inside the tissues and bones inside of my head, it is still true for me. There are places inside my body that I can still not access, and I don't know exactly what I need to go through in order to get there, but I do know how to expand our awareness, and I will share that formula later. For you, here in this video, I am going to share some things that I bet you're not aware of yet. That doesn't mean they're wrong, however much they may seem unbelievable. And I come across skeptics all the time, which is fine, because I used to be one. It just means that you haven't been aware of these things before. I wasn't either, but I paid attention. So watch and listen with an open mind. Other people talk about opening the third eye by focusing on the pineal gland or the glabella, the area between the eyebrows. That's like having a whole plate of food and focusing on just one pea. Sure, you can see the pea and enjoy looking at the pea and think that the pea is the be-all and end-all of the journey, but you are missing out on most of the meal, the preparation, the visual enjoyment, and the eating and savoring of every bite. All you can see is one pea, and you think that is everything because it is all you can see. That is not the opening of the third eye that is going to change the world for the better. What follows is. I did not focus on the opening of the third or inner eye. I focused on healing. As I healed, I unknowingly released the bindings holding my third eye closed. Then one day, I realized that I could keep my awareness inside my body. I wasn't feeling the sensations on my skin. I was sensing what was happening inside my flesh. It felt different, weird, not something I had experienced before. However, as soon as I thought a thought, my awareness popped back out of my body into my thinking mind. So I tried it again, and I could do it until another thought. Then bam, outside of my body I came. So it took practice, sensing practice. Before we go any further, let me give you a glimpse of what it means to sense. To not think, but sense. It's using a different part of your brain. Obviously, if you are doing something dangerous right now, you may not want to do this. Do it later. But it will only take a second if you have a second to spare. Are you ready? Here we go. Tell me how your right knee feels right now. Put it into words. That's it. That's all I'm going to ask you. Now, did you come up with some words? Hopefully. So here's the sensing part. Before you came up with the words to describe how your knee felt, you went to your knee with your awareness and you felt into it. Based on how it felt, you put words to that feeling. You sensed your knee. At that moment, for a fraction of a second, you were not in your thinking mind because there were no words. You were in your sensing mind. You came right back out of your sensing mind as you put words to it, but for a moment you were sensing. That is what I'm doing when I'm sensing in my tissues and bones. I sense. I feel. So, I can now sense deep inside my tissues and bones for seconds at a time. I've found two things when talking to other people about this. First, people often confuse what I'm talking about with imagination. Hopefully you understand the difference between sensing and imagination from that experience that you just went through. You aren't imagining what it felt like. You were sensing what it felt like. It's very different. And two, people can sometimes think they're sensing when they're actually thinking. It takes practice to realize the difference because we are so used to thinking. But thinking involves any word. Sensing does not involve words. So if there are any words going through your mind, you are not actually in your sensing mind. You are thinking. Try it out if you want. Focus on your right knee or somewhere else. Notice when you are thinking a thought, which is any word rather than sensing. It's trickier than you might think. So, if you want to develop this ability to sense, to quiet the mind so thoughts don't keep coming up and there is time to sense, then you need to look at yourself. It is like every emotional memory from your childhood and life so far has an antenna and you are tuning into with multiple TVs, all playing these different stations. All the energy around you is attracted to those different antennae. So you end up focusing on these TVs, reacting to your past, and you can never relax because you are so busy paying attention to these TVs, thinking about them, talking about them, and responding to them. If you remove the antenna and the TVs, your energy isn't being drained anymore. You find peace. Those thoughts that kept coming up disappear, and you can focus on the present moment. So, how do you do that? We will walk through that in a moment. But first, hi, I'm Anne Hintz. I've done this work and now I help others do this too. To help you on this path, I have put together a free PDF download called The 5-Step Blueprint to Profound Inner Peace. It's available for free download on my website or look in the comments below. It talks you through the 4 thresholds of self-awareness and the steps it takes to get there. You need to pass through the first 2 thresholds in order to open your inner eye. The opening of the inner eye, the ability to sense inside the body, is the 3rd threshold. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel so that others can find this video too. Okay, let's look at how to remove the antenna and TVs to quiet your mind. Here is the formula for being aware at each step. Every step is slightly different, but the formula is the same. 1. Notice what you are thinking or feeling. That is your portal into your body. 2. Acknowledge that you are thinking or feeling this. 3. Spend some time focusing on the deepest awareness you have of this thought or feeling. Maybe that's the thought or the emotion or the sensations that form an emotion. Or at the deepest level, maybe you can feel the tension inside of your body. Focus on it until you are able to relax as you are focusing on it. Until you take a deep breath and relax as you focus on it. It may take going back between levels of self-awareness. So maybe thinking the thought, then feeling the emotion, then thinking the thought, then feeling the emotion, until you take a deep breath and relax as you are doing this. I will give you some ideas on how to go faster later on, but for now, start using it. I am thinking what? What thought are you thinking? I am feeling what? Give it a name. Peaceful? Anxious? Afraid? I am sensing what? Describe it. Are you feeling tightness in your shoulders? Your jaw? Are you feeling pain somewhere? Describe it in detail. For example, I can feel some tension in my lower right rib cage. It feels like it is being crushed, being pulled inwards. It's right there. I can feel it right there. Use those words and focus on the sensations with your awareness, like you did with your right knee. That's working with the basic formula. Now add one more step. Ask yourself another question. What does this thought, emotion, or feeling remind you of? Let me share a few examples. At one point when I was writing this, I thought the thought, that woman was shut down. She was a strong advocate for those people. Those two sentences remind me of being shut down by my dad when I was a child, deciding that it was better not to say anything since my opinion didn't seem to matter because my dad was always right. Another time, I was feeling frustrated and powerless with someone's lying. That reminded me how I would feel when my brother was lying. I knew he was lying. He knew that I knew he was lying, but he still lied. It creates a squirrely feeling inside of my stomach. I can feel it right there. And I say that as I focus on those sensations, that tension in my solar plexus. That's it. That's what you do. Simple, isn't it? It's almost too simple until you realize how much time we spend trying to avoid our thoughts and our feelings. We suppress, repress, and bypass our thoughts and our emotions so much. We move to avoid them. We eat, drink, and pick up our phones, turn on the TV, exercise, or try to think positively, which suppresses our actual thoughts. Anything to avoid what we are actually thinking and feeling. And yet, the energy underneath our thoughts and feelings just wants to be noticed, acknowledged, and given some attention, and then it releases. You don't need to act on the thought. You can actually allow yourself to think the worst possible thought, so long as you allow yourself to notice that you are thinking it. It is just a thought. Acknowledge it and feel it until the energy releases. And the thought, which is simply a series of words strung together, will disappear. It may take some time and practice, but I used to think the thought, I hate myself, so often until I did this work, and that thought never comes to mind anymore. In my 5-step blueprint to profound inner peace that I mentioned before, that's available from my website, I explain a simple technique that can actually allow this energy to release faster. So you may want to grab a copy of that. Now, if you want to go faster, there are a couple of things you can do. First, when you find that memory of what this thought or feeling reminds you of from your past, you can go down that rabbit hole of that memory and do this work on that memory. So for the examples above, I could walk through those memories of my dad shutting me down, or of my brother's pathological lying, and you can consciously walk down the negative memories that you have access to. Now, there probably are memories that you have forgotten. When I started this process, I didn't remember much of my childhood, but as you do the work, the memories will come to mind, and then just add them to your list. I wrote all of my memories down on multiple sheets of paper and worked through one each night thoroughly until all the emotion was gone. I did use the technique that I share in the blueprint that I told you about. Each time a new memory popped into my mind, I simply added it to my list. So that is what I did. This opens up the subconscious mind, and at the same time, it deepens our self-awareness. It is one and the same thing. Our self-awareness deepens into our body. More of what was subconscious now becomes conscious. So you are aware at a deeper level. As you do this work, keep checking in with yourself. Can you feel this emotion in your body? Where is it? What does it feel like? When you can feel the sensations in your body that are underneath those emotions, you are at the second threshold of self-awareness. Keep in mind that the opening of the inner or the third eye is the third threshold that we haven't got to yet. Keep doing the work. It's going to take a while. Keep noticing how you're feeling and sensing the feelings, acknowledging them, accepting them, allowing them to be there, giving them the attention they need to release. At some point, you may start to experience Kundalini energy to help you along. It feels like a massive, sharp electric current. I have another video about Kundalini energy that I will share if you're interested. If you do feel it, relax into it, the way you relax into the emotions. It's here to help you. Keep doing the work, noticing, acknowledging, feeling. If your path goes like mine, then at some point, as you are actively doing this work, you will notice that your awareness is inside your body, even after you have released the sensations you're working on. It will feel different and only last a moment until you have a thought like, "What was that?" which was my thought. Then try it again. Again, it will last until the first thought. Keep practicing. This is the inner eye working, the inner eye opening up. Right now, you are only using it in one small place in your body. The first place I noticed it happening, because that's where I was working at the time, was when I was feeling some emotions in my lower right abdomen. But to fully open it and to move on to the last threshold of self-awareness, you will want to be able to open it throughout your body and your head and your skull to see inside of everywhere inside your body. Going back to what we said at the start of this video, this is why most videos telling you how to open the third eye are only opening one tiny sliver. They only focus intently on one small area. They haven't released energy throughout the body. They have just made one small hole through the body so the eye has no ability to move around. You will no doubt find much more tension inside the body than you ever imagined. Once you can put your awareness inside, try moving your awareness around. Notice how easy or hard it is to move. Can you find a place that feels more tense than another place in comparison? Move your awareness around to notice. If so, if you can find some tension, find it and focus on it. Just like we did with the formula above, notice it, acknowledge it, sense it, feel it, give it the attention it needs until you feel a release. Then do it again. Do this whenever you think about it. Enjoy it. Try putting your awareness in your erogenous zones and feel the sensations that your own awareness can create. Notice that you are looking from one area inside your head to another area inside your body. Realize that that means that you cannot be your body. You have to be inhabiting your body. Keep an eye on the area between your eyebrows, the glabella. Watch for this area to become pinkish with more blood flow and see if a cross appears in your flesh. These are signs, external validation of an open inner eye. You won't get these by focusing on the pineal gland or on the glabella. By now you've been doing this for long enough that you will know what to focus on. You will be able to relax at a deep level, and whatever calls your attention will be what you want to focus on. The path will become clear. You will be healing yourself deeply to the depths of your body, to the roots of your nervous system, and even the roots of your teeth. When you have released sufficient tension in your tissues and your bones so that you can put your awareness inside the place you are aware from, inside your head, from what I have seen and understood, you will find the kingdom of heaven. Again, that is said from someone who is not religious. If you've come this far and listened and not done the work, please rewatch and start to do the work. It will change your life, those around you, and the world. If you have come this far and done the work, if you can sense inside your body and move your awareness around, congratulations. Please contact me. I would love to talk to you. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps the algorithm show this video to other people. Thank you, and remember, notice what you are thinking or feeling, acknowledge that you are thinking or feeling this, and spend some time noticing the thought and feeling the sensations.